Oh, it's Saturday night. That's all right with me. Welcome, everybody, to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham, Mickey Spagnola. Cowboys players were off today. Coaches are never off. But there was an opportunity for the players to kind of get off their feet and regenerate a little bit before they go back in pads. And so for us, it's kind of a chance to take a deep breath after the first week in pads and see where we are. But as an overview, in case you wondered, the Cowboys are all in for this year. Mike McCarthy, who talks to the media 5 days a week, was asked yesterday what he thought about talk that this was a Super Bowl or bust year for the Cowboys.
I think conversation like that, frankly, respectfully, is nonsense. If you're not trying to win a Super Bowl, I don't know what you're even doing in this business. I think that's what every team starts their off season with. The ones that don't want to talk about it, they're just probably trying to, under promise, overachieve. But I've always been very upfront about it. Every team I've ever coached, we're in this to win a championship. Make no bones about it.
You know, the darn thing about that is I hate the question because it comes up every year as if the Cowboys are the only team that are trying to win a Super Bowl. But they got a really good answer from Mike McCarthy, and absolutely, that's the goal. You don't start the season and sit there and go, well, we got COVID, it's my first year, I got to transition in. If I can get to 9 or 10 wins, that'll be great. That's not the way coaches think, and that's a good thing, Brad, that Mike McCarthy thinks the way we think, I think.
There's no doubt, but I am going to editorialize just about that long because people are drawing contrasts between the way Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett answer questions, and I really don't think there's very much difference. Jason Garrett would always say at the beginning of the year, your goal is to win the Super Bowl. That's our goal every year. And then he would talk about, but the only way to do that is to have the best Tuesday so we can have a good Wednesday. And after that, you never heard it. And McCarthy's approach is a little different, but I think they're going in the same place. Now, when we come back, Nick and I are going to break down what we've seen from the first week of pads from the Cowboys offense and then the defense. And we'll do that when we come back on the Cowboys off day to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T. Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. And by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham, Mickey Spagnola, with the Cowboys players off today. Mickey and I thought it'd be a natural break and a chance to kind of look at what we've seen from the offense and the defense the first week in pads. So for the offense, what's jumped off the field at you?
Well, the first thing that's jumped off the field for me is Dak Prescott. There seemed to be all this talk about, he didn't get his long-term contract, he's going to be disinterested, his heart's not going to be in it. That could be further from the truth. Dak Prescott is all in on what's going on out here. He had these guys over to his house, as he called it, his 100-yard backyard for practice during the COVID time when they couldn't be here. And the other day, he was awfully good. The ball never hit the ground. So I have no worries about Dak Prescott. And then CeeDee Lamb, I just think that for a guy that was big man on campus at Oklahoma, a first-round draft choice, you're thinking flamboyant, Brad. Oh, this guy's going to come in and try to. He's humble. He understands his place. And I thought it was funny when somebody asked him about Michael Gallup, what can you take from his game? And he goes, I wish I could take his speed, but that ain't happening. So really liked his attitude so far.
A couple of guys on offense that have caught my eye. Tony Pollard's one. You want your players to make a big jump from their rookie year to the second year. Pollard looks like he is making that leap, and he was pretty good as a rookie, and it looks like they're going to plan on using him a little bit. And I'm still watching Tyler Biadasz, the rookie center. Joe Looney's taken just about every snap at first-team center, and I'm not sure with the pandemic that anyone's going to have a chance to make that a battle, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on Biadasz and see how many second-team reps he gets a chance to have. We'll talk about the defense when we come back on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
This segment was brought to you by Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford as the Cowboys prepare to return to the practice field tomorrow for what Mike McCarthy keeps reminding us is the continuation of their installation portion of training camp. Mick and I are going to take a look at the defense right now, which looks improved in some areas and still lacking in some areas. What have you seen?
Well, I think this might be an improvement. I like the fact that they have moved Leighton Vander Esch into middle linebacker. He looks like he's taken charge of that defense. You know, he missed a bunch of games at the end of the season last year with a neck injury, had surgery, but he's come back and he's more vocal. He's acting like a middle linebacker. By the way, from what we've seen, and they're not tackling, he's playing like a middle linebacker too. So I think that's been a good step. And even Jalen Smith has done a nice job on the outside. The other guy I think I'm going to say I'm intrigued with is Tristan Hill. He's getting a heck of an opportunity at that three-technique defensive tackle position vacated by the injury to Gerald McCoy. And he looks like he's all in. He looks like he's more engaged. And I think that's a good sign, Brad. Now we can see once the tackling goes on how well he plays.
I'm excited by Everson Griffin. I love that signing. I thought he was the best available player out there, and he's really impressed me through the years. And he hasn't been on the practice field yet in team drills. That might happen tomorrow, but I did notice some individual work he did yesterday. He's got really quick feet for a guy who's been in the league 9 or 10 years. The other guy is Anthony Brown, who we forget missed most of last year with an injury. One of their best tacklers, a guy who has played in the slot and outside, and you talk about Chido Awuzie, and obviously they drafted Trayvon Diggs, and they drafted Reggie Robinson, and they've got Jordan Lewis, who's missed a couple days with a twisted ankle. But Anthony Brown looks like he is playing about as well as he has. He's not a flashy guy. He goes about his business, but I think he's looked very reliable, and he's showing really good ball skills.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I like what you said about Everson Griffin, and I think of all the guys they signed as veteran free agents, I think Everson Griffin is the best signing of them all, because now I understand he's 32, but guess what? He was a Pro Bowler last year. So to me, that signing stands out at a need position.
And you know, I hadn't really thought about it until he talked about it the other day. He was a 6-time captain for the Vikings. And he's battled some mental health issues, and I'm not mad at him for that. And he's worked really hard to stabilize. He's got a great attitude. He's effervescent. He appears to be somewhat contagious in his approach to things, and it's all positive. And I really think that I'm with you. That's going to be a good one. Back on the practice field tomorrow. Mick and I will be back when we return tomorrow on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T. Sleep Number, the Sleep Number 360 smart bed, helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.